Good morning. Happy Sunday. The eye, the fly, the moon, and the gate. That's what the video's about, and I have to keep saying it over and over so I can remember. If I forget, I can go back to the beginning and go, oh yeah, that's it. The eye, the fly, the moon, and the gate. So let's start with the eye. I've had no visual disturbances today in my eyeball, so that's good. 2, the fly. It's not a fly, but they just rhymed with eye. It was a dirt dauber. So I pre-record my videos. Most of the time I am not live. So when I went back and edited said videos, I kept going real slow looking for whatever was flying about to my head because I couldn't see it. I could just hear it, right? So when I slowed it down and I finally saw it, I was like, yeah, I believe that's a dirt dauber, also called a mud dauber, D-A-U-B-E-R. That's a weird word, isn't it? I always thought it was D-O-B-B-E-R until I Googled it. They build these little mud tunnels as their homes. Yeah, they're like little tubes of mud. So I have to find where they're building, and then I usually just spray them off because they're just mud. I mean, they just take mud in their little mouths and I guess they spit it out and make these little tubes with it. I don't know. I've never asked them how they actually make their homes. But anyway, why is there so much traffic on a Sunday morning? Well, because it's June. It's the first Sunday in June, and all the fast cars are at the mall. And that usually means that fast cars are going up and down this road. Anyway, moving on. What was the third thing? Eyes, flies. Oh, moon. Okay, so third is the moon. So I got a text message from my boss last night about 10 o'clock. And it just said, love it, or something. And I was like, me too. I didn't answer her because I was like, maybe she'll figure it out in a minute that she sent the wrong person a text message. Because she does it a lot, you know. She has a sister-in-law with the same name and the same spelling of Tracy. T-R-A-C-I. Because my mom said girls' names are spelled with an I. I was like, thanks for that. Because I never could find, the tag for my bicycle with an I. I-E. Y-E-Y, but no I. Anyway, text from Tommy. Boy, do I get off track. So, oh yeah, Tracy with an I. That's where I went. So anyway, then she sent me another one and said it's huge. I'm going to have to write you back on that one, ma'am, because what are you talking about? So I sent her a text message back and I said, who are you texting? And she wrote me back and she wrote, LOL, I guess you. She was supposed to be texting her son. But anyway, she said, you should come out and see it. It's huge. And I said, okay. So I didn't bother putting on my shoes, because I just thought I'll walk out on the driveway. No. So I went all the way down the driveway barefooted. Still couldn't see it. I texted her. I said, I can't see it. She said, well, if you want to see it, you're probably going to have to walk all the way up to my house, which is just 2 yards. I mean, that's where I walk the dogs all the time. So I go walking up to her house, right? Still can't see it. She's sitting out on the front porch with her dog. She says, come on, you got to stand here. So I go walking down the driveway. I'm still barefooted, right? Because shoes didn't appear between my house and hers. And that's when the sprinkler hit me right in the face. I was like, oh! And she said, oh, sorry, the sprinklers are on. And it wasn't one of these sprinklers, or one of those sprinklers. They're in the ground and they pop up and they do this number and then they go back down. So I really couldn't see them. I mean, I knew that she was watering the lawn, but I couldn't tell what direction they were going. Because did I mention it was 10 o'clock at night and we don't have street lights and it was pitch black dark out there? Yeah. So I got hit right in the face with a cold spray of water. But I walked over to her front porch and it was worth the walk barefooted and getting hit in the face with a sprinkler at 10 o'clock at night because it was a big strawberry moon. It was huge. Also, I said, well, why is it called a strawberry moon? She said, I don't know, let's Google it. I can't remember what she said. But anyway, she said, and if we look to the west, we can see Mars and Venus. And I said, that must be that right there because it's huge. And I was like, it looks like 2 stars. I guess it is. Mars and Venus. Yes. So anyway, that was cool. And then I walked my barefooted country butt back home without shoes on. And anyway, it took me a little while to get sleepy again because once you've been hit in the face with cold water at 10 o'clock at night, it's kind of hard to settle back down. Anyway, and then the dumb thing that I did, is that the last thing that I was supposed to tell? Oh yeah, gate. Moon and gate, I think, was the last one. Anyway, why is my nose itching? I'm like Patty. I start making a video and all of a sudden my nose starts itching. Anyway, I don't know if I've told y'all, but the person who installed my gate, he put the latch on the inside, right? So, great, no problem. I can open the latch from the inside to go out. However, if it's windy and that gate closes, I can't get back into the gate because there's no latch on the outside to open it. Great security feature, but not so great when you're locked out of your backyard and you came out the back door and your other doors are locked, right? Anyway, so I ordered a latch. I didn't know. You know, you don't know what you don't know. I didn't know. So I just ordered a latch. Yeah. So the latch came. I read the instructions, mostly because I'm not a man. It said I needed a 1/4-inch drill bit and a, I don't know, 1732 socket something. So my little drill bits, I can't read the number on them. And do I put them back in the right little holes? Probably not. So I didn't know how important that was. You know, I just threw it back in there. I mean, they're all in the case. They just may not be in the right hole because if I could get it to go in there and snap down, that's where it went. Well, anyway. So I carry what I think is a 1/4-inch drill bit to my dad's. And he's got a thing that you can measure it with. So that's what we did. And then I kept saying I need a 1732, which is what the thing said. Well, he had a 1732. It wasn't even near the size of the top of that. It's not really a screw because a bolt, I guess it's a bolt because it's got a flat top, you know, that you need a ratchet. Is that what they're called? Ratchet? I don't know. Things. I don't know. But anyway, so anyway, he kept picking them up and putting them on there, the little socket things. And we got the right size. And then he let me borrow his ratchet, right? I was all excited. I'm going to install my latch because I can work a drill. Even though I don't know the names and sizes of things, I can operate heavy equipment like a drill. So it was kind of hot that day like it is right now because I got to turn my air on. So I waited until like 7:30 that evening so that the hot sun wouldn't be shining against my face. And I went out there, left the animals in the house so that I could open the gate wide to do my work. I opened the gate wide. And that's when I remembered or realized, or both, that the kind of latch I bought is not going to work on my gate because my gate has a metal frame. Yeah. So I was like, well, could I put it above? No, because my little panel is about that wide and my bolt is about that wide. Then my dad was like, well, put it above it. And I'm like, but my latch is going to be all the way at the top because the metal frame is about that far below the top of the gate. Anyway, my dad says he's coming over today because he thinks he can put a 1 by something, 2 by something, lots of numbers of pieces of blocks of wood. I don't know. I think it's going to make the latch too high. I mean, not that I can't reach it. I can reach it because I can reach the top of the gate. Whatever. I just didn't want it that high. I kind of wanted it at average gate latch height, whatever that is. You know, more of a 3 or 4 foot. I don't know. Anyway, that was my dumb moment because I thought any latch would work. That's not true. I had my measuring tape. I had my level. I had my pencil to mark it. I had my drill bit. I had my socket and wrench for ratchet or whatever it's called. I had the things. I had all the things in a little tray with my drill, had it fully charged, with the latch, with all those bolts. I had it all ready. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And then I opened the gate. And I was like, well, ma'am, you are a dumbass. Because that's a metal frame. And you cannot attach this latch to that metal frame. No, you cannot. So, anyway, that's where I'm at now. I'm at Publix, and I have a very short list of things that I need, and I'm gonna try to stick to that list. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stick to the list, because last week was $200 because I was out of everything, because groceries are so expensive now. And if somebody's gonna say they love my earrings, thank you. They came from what it used to be called Horsetown, but now it's called Cavender's, if Horsetown doesn't give it away. It's a Western type store. They're online. You can look them up. Anyway, I'm going in Publix, and I'll be back later. Okay, goodbye. Well, now, I don't know who's playing their music so loud in the Publix parking lot, but it's quite pleasant. Can you hear it? Probably not. It's very jazzy, giving me jazz hand vibes. What color is my hair? I don't even know. I have not had my hair colored probably since September of last year. No color whatsoever. And it's just got all the colors going on. That's not what we're here to discuss, though. I am a 58-year-old woman, okay? And I was trying to reach something on the top shelf at the grocery store. And this woman says, "Do you need my help, hon?" Yes, thank you. That would be great. Because the harder I reach for it, the further back it goes. Because you know when you're reaching for something and it keeps pushing back and keeps pushing back. And I was on my tiptoes and reaching with everything I had. Yes, hon, I'm going to need you to get that for me, or I'm just going to walk off and leave it here. Yeah. And in other news, you know those little things that you buy? They're like stress things that you squeeze them and their eyeballs pop out. Have you ever seen those? Yeah, like those things. Have you ever seen them? Yeah. So that's what I felt like this morning, because the whole thing with trying to make my mortgage payment last week, whenever it was, and I took the auto pay out of the bank and now blah, blah, blah. Well, I was just going to go online. It was going to be real simple. I was just going to go online and set it up for them to take it from my bank, right? Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. Except the username and password that I had saved would not work. And it said after the third attempt, I would be locked out. Yeah. So I couldn't get logged in. And then I tried to change my password. This car next to me. Oh, he's driving on the right side of the road. Am I suddenly in England? It is a very odd looking car too. I don't know that I've ever seen one like this. It's got, you know, your rear view mirrors where they're usually right here on the door. On his car, they're way up on the hood. You hear all these cars racing? That's what I'm talking about. First Sunday of the month, every single month. I need him to go past me so I can see this car. And he's texting. But in his defense, we are at a traffic light. That is the oddest looking car. It's a Century. It says Century. Isn't that odd? Anyway, back to my story about the... So, I couldn't get logged on. So then it said reset your password. And I was like, cool, let me reset my password. So I tapped on the thing that said reset password. The button, whatever. And it said, we have sent an email to your email address that you have listed, which is my email address, to change your password. I didn't get it. So I hit resend now. I didn't get it. It wasn't in spam either. It wasn't anywhere. So then I had to call, which when I made the last payment gave me high anxiety. Yes. Because 8 minutes long. I know that doesn't sound like a long time. But when all you're trying to do is make a payment, 8 minutes seems like a really long time. So first of all, it said, if you would like to set up auto payments, you know, where they come out automatically, hit 1. I was like, oh yeah. If you would like for us to set it up, I don't know, if you would like for us, oh no, the first one was give us your fax number and we would fax you the form for you to fill out to fax back to them. I don't have a fax in my house. So the second option was them mailing me the form. I'm sorry, is this 1912? So I chose that option because I'm only at the office on Tuesday and Thursday with the fax machine. So maybe if they mail me the form, then it'll have a number where I can fax it back, because that would be nice. Why can't I just print the form and fax it? But no, that wasn't one of the options. So I signed up for that option to get it mailed to me. Okay, cool. Then hit 9 to go back to the main menu. Hit 9. And then we had to go through all the things again for me to make a payment. And I had to put in the last 4 of my social. And I had to... Would you like to make a payment in this amount? Or would you like to add this? No, I want to make a payment in this amount. Okay, would you like to make a payment in this amount? Or would you like to add more for this? No, I just want to make a payment in this. I just want to make a payment! 8 minutes long. And I didn't even have to type in my routing number and my account number again, because it said, finally, the account number on file ending with blah, blah, blah will be charged. I'm not even kidding. 8 minutes long just to make my house payment. I felt like that stress all. I felt like my eyes were just about to pop out of my head. But the good news is I didn't have the little wiggly things. So anyway, that's all. I'm back home. And I got to get the groceries out of the car, because apparently my staff has taken the day off. So I will talk to you later. Love you, mean it. Jesus loves you. Hope he's coming back soon, because my staff quit, actually. Okay, bye.